It's midweek mini time. Welcome back to Wonderland on Points presented by Yahoo Travel. We are so glad that you are here. We're going to do a roundup today of what is going on in the points and miles world, transfer bonuses, elevated card offers, what we've been booking lately, summer award availability. We're just going to hit up all the things in a real quick midweek mini. We're going to pack it in here.
That's right. We have both been planning some fun stuff, trying to figure out what else we can fit in our already crammed calendars. You got a new card, so we're just going to run through some of the what's been up lately. Why don't you tell everybody about your new card and also what you booked recently?
Well, I booked some things for myself, but I also helped a friend book something, which was really exciting because I have a good friend. They came to me, they said, "Hey, I have this chunk of points. I want to go to," well, they were going to Paris. They're going to get on I think a river cruise over in Europe, but they want to fly in and out of Paris. They came to me just recently, guys, okay? It's March. They said, "We're going in June. These are the exact dates that we have to book. We have no flexibility because we're going on a cruise. So can you get us business class tickets?" And I
Oh,
was like,
no.
wow, okay. Love you. Appreciate that you think I'm an expert. Excellent. But I can't work miracles. And
Mhm.
it is a little bit late in the game. But what I told them is, you know what? All right, we're in a tricky situation. They first came to me a couple weeks ago. I said, the best time to book business class is like 11 months out. The second best time to book it, maybe tied for the best, is at the very last minute. And I
Mhm.
don't think you're last minute kind of people, but right now we're like in this weird time in between where we're getting kind of close to the last minute, but we're not there yet. So originally I booked them one way. I could not find business class. I got them premium economy. They were happy with that. That was just one way. And she was like, "All right, I'm just going to trust you. I know that you'll find
Oh,
us a way back."
pressure.
And oh my goodness, pressure. This is someone I love very much. I wanted this to happen for them, but what can you do? And then, good news, everybody. Air France released a bunch of new award availability for
Yay.
this summer. So if you haven't booked trips for this summer, we maybe are entering that last minute zone where more business class award availability is starting to pop up. So for the way back, I was able to get them business class seats for 60,000 points each, 120,000 total for the two of them, on Air France from Paris back over to the East Coast. They are so excited about it. But man, I was sweating that one, Joe. I wanted it for them, but I was so nervous.
That is so much pressure. I think a lot of people who aren't in it the way that we are day in and day out do not understand that flexibility is the name of the game here. And people really think that they can have like a very strict itinerary already set to go. It's a few months out, and bam, now's the time to find my business class flights on points. And it does not always work like that. So this is very exciting that you're able to make this happen. But now they're going to think that literal miracles can happen all the time.
Yeah, no, they can't. And they have to have repositioning flights. Like there's still work to be done on this itinerary, but it's coming together. It's coming together. So that's what I have booked lately. You also mentioned what credit card have I gotten lately. It had been a while, many, many months since I signed up for a new credit card, but I just got a Hyatt co-branded business credit card. And I think already met the minimum spend requirement as well because we had a really huge purchase and we put the rest of our summer travel plans. We're going to go to Norway this summer. So we booked our kayaks and our Via Ferrata and all the fun activities that we're going to do.
Wow.
We put it on there, so we're going to have to pay that off. But I'm excited. I've looked into the Hyatt Business Card for a really long time. It does not have a glamorous sign-up bonus. But right now, as we all
Mhm.
know, Chase points and Hyatt points are becoming harder to come by. And I'm hoping this statement will close in time for me to get this chunk of points before May so that I can spend them before May and before the rates go up with the Hyatt devaluation. So this credit card, for anyone who's curious, 60,000 point welcome offer. It's $199, the annual fee, which is high for a business card, in my opinion, especially with the benefits that it has. but it does give you two $50 credits, $100 each year to Hyatt. You can do 50 January to June, I think, and then the other 50 the back half of the year. So that's $100 that you kind of claw back from the annual fee, and you can use that on room charges, dining, spa services, that kind of thing. And then the other thing about it that's kind of cool is, well, you get for every $10,000 spend, you get 5 Elite Night credits. So a lot of people use the business card as a way to keep Hyatt status, if that's something that's important to you. 5 Elite Nights for every 10,000 in spend. And then you get 2 points in your top categories each quarter, which is kind of cool. So if it's dining, airline tickets, gas stations, shipping, social media, advertising, like whatever your business is spending money on, your top thing, you get 2 times the points on it, which is pretty nice little multiplier there.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in this unsure time where earning these points is so difficult. I mean, I don't think historically we've seen a bunch of elevated offers for either of the Hyatt cards. So I would say, especially with the time crunch, this you made a good decision. You made a good decision.
Well, it is what it is. If anybody else is interested in the card, it is one of the rare. The Hyatt personal card doesn't have a referral link. You can't really refer people to it, but you can refer to the business card. So I will drop that in the show notes. If anybody else is interested, I would very much appreciate your referral.
Okay, so I have not gotten a new card, but I am kind of stuck trying to decide what I want to do. First of all, the audience can take a collective gasp when I say that I may be downgrading my Amex Gold to a green.
Oh.
Shock and awe. I know, I never thought I would be saying this, but the reality is last year I opened barely any cards. And now a bunch of them from 2 years ago have fallen off. I pretty much only did business cards last year. So my 524 is back down now in a reasonable spot. And I know that I'm going to be working on a bunch of sign-up bonuses. And I've been working on one for several months now and have put no grocery spend on my Amex Gold. And I don't foresee putting any grocery spend on my Amex Gold for a while because I'm going to be working on sign-up bonuses. And I'm about to pay that annual fee in April. And I'm like, I don't think I want to do it. I have already contacted them. There is no retention offer on my account. And so
Try
my wheels
again,
are turning.
though. I will say, try a couple
okay.
times. Anybody out there listening with Amex, what they offer you one day may be different the next day. So give it at least 3 tries before you decide.
Okay. Yes. I will try again because I actually love this card. I don't want to downgrade, and I'm definitely not going to terminate my relationship with Amex. So I would be switching to the green, but just anecdotally, I've seen some people who downgraded to the green and then got upgrade offers a year or 2 later to go back
Oh, yeah,
up to
not
the
even that
gold.
long. Yeah,
So
within months.
I've not seen it that quick. So there you go. Like I know that it's not a forever thing if I need to downgrade, but I know that now is a very difficult time for this annual fee. This is taxes and everything else. So I'm really feeling it. This is almost one of those times where I almost might take like a waived annual fee instead of points just to keep this card that I love so much, that's shocking. Shocking that I would say that, but that's how the budget feels right now. I don't really want to put down that cash at the moment. So that's where I am with that. The other thing is trying to decide my next card. I'm really struggling because I want the City Strata Elite, and I'll tell you why. We've just booked flights to Vegas. We're going to see the Scorpions in concert. It is my husband's 42nd birthday present, okay?
So fun.
Actually today. Today is his birthday. This is his gift. Yeah, I'm excited, but what I have thought through is that in general, that annual fee is quite high, but I find myself right now in a position where I'm going to spend a couple $100s on concert tickets. And then I'm looking at these hotels in Vegas and their cash prices are so low that I could cover a whole stay with the $300 credit that comes on that card for staying through city travel.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to spend that money anyways, I feel like I might as well also get a nice chunk of city points that then I can play around with this new love of the preferred hotels program that we will at some point dive into for you guys, because as I'm pivoting from Hyatt, the floodgates of interesting, unusual, low points bookings are opening to me. And I'm so excited to share all the things that I'm finding with you guys. Anyways, this is just where I'm at. I am struggling with this decision because I also think I kind of want a built card so that I don't lose my Rakuten thing. But I guess these two things war with each other. Like, do I want to keep the Hyatt points coming from built, or do I want to pivot and go with hotels that City cards can get me?
It's tricky. I'm glad you brought up the City credit, though, for the 2 nights in the travel portal, because it can be tough. People want to use a lot of credit cards now are coming with these credits to book 2 nights or more in their travel portal. But sometimes you're like, well, I want the credit itself to cover all or 90% of the hotel cost. And a lot of places, it doesn't stretch very far, but Vegas is a perfect spot to use that credit because the cash rates are pretty low. You can truly cover your 2 nights with that credit. So that's pretty cool.
I can cover 4 nights with this credit. That's what's crazy about it. Like the hotel that I'm looking at booking, it maybe is the dates as well. And maybe it's because it's at the very end of the strip, which is a long walk, but it is still on the strip. It's a really nice hotel. It's very highly rated. I'll tell you guys what it is if I decide to book it. We'll go into it then. Okay, guys, we are going to get right back to the episode, but first we wanted to tell you about another travel podcast that we are loving, and that is Travel Party of 5.
The Travel Party of 5 podcast is all about traveling as a family of 5, which I can appreciate. Using credit card, points, and miles, the kids are in regular school with parents who both work full-time. They share real-life booking strategies, the realities of traveling with kids, and trip reviews with everything you need to know as a family traveler. It's relatable for real families.
You can find the link for this podcast in our show notes, and now we will get back to the episode.
But at the same time, if think of it in terms of, well, that Amex Gold annual fee, you're not really wanting to pay that now. And if you sign up for that card, it still has to come out of the pocket right now. So it's tough. There's so many factors that go into this, guys. We're all balancing these factors all the time. If you think it's just you, it's not. We are constantly in our heads weighing the pros and cons of this card and that card and the analysis paralysis of it all.
It's truly overwhelming sometimes, but you are welcome to have these conversations on our Facebook group anytime you like. Before we wrap up this mini, because we do in fact want to keep it mini, I think we're just going to give you some rapid fire transfer bonuses and some rapid fire elevated card offers.
Yes, right now, one of the transfer bonuses that people are pretty interested in, and especially if you listen to Joanna's episode about the all-inclusive in Mexico, the Grand Decameron Los Cabos, Chase and City both have transfer bonuses to Wyndham right now. Chase is a 30% bonus that goes to the end of March, and City has a 25% bonus that goes till March 21st. So there's a lot of opportunity right now to get points over to Wyndham and really capitalize on some transfer bonuses.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you can put 4 people in an all-inclusive room. You guys, with a transfer bonus at 15,000 points a night before the transfer bonus, there's some options. I am going to dig into Wyndham and see if I can pinpoint some other sweet spots that we can share with you in the future. We also have a 15% transfer bonus from Amex to Avianca. I have warned you about Avianca before, as have other people. It is a frustrating situation going to book their flights and realizing the taxes and fees get higher and higher and higher as you go through the page processes. And their customer service is a little difficult. So it's a great sweet spot for booking some nice things.
With caution.
There you go. That's a good way to shorten that. I'm great at being wordy. All right. From Chase, we also have a 20% transfer bonus to British Airways. That's Avios. That goes through the end of the month. We also have a 20% transfer bonus from Chase to Iberia. That also goes through the end of the month. Chase also has 20% to Aer Lingus. So these are all obvious. Iberia, Aer Lingus, and British Airways, it is the same currency. I think that confuses people a little bit.
The last one we'll throw out for now, Capital One has a 30% bonus to preferred hotels. This goes through April 1st. And the preferred hotels, it's getting everybody's turning their attention over there. I'll just say that because of the Hyatt shakeup. We're looking at other options, and this could be an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to talk about that in the future. All right, we're just going to run through some cards real quick. You already know the Capital One Venture is currently elevated, but we're reminding you because it's still going. 75,000 miles plus a $250 credit. That's when you spend $4,000 in 3 months. The Southwest are still giving you that limited time companion pass along with a small amount of points for their welcome offers on their cards. We've also got the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless with the 5 free night offer. That's the $95 annual fee card. The $0 annual fee Marriott Bonvoy Bold card is coming with a 2 free night awards after spending $1,000. So that might be something worth looking into. Make sure you have a plan for those before you do that, guys. We have also got 2 IHG cards with limited time offers. The IHG One Rewards Premier Credit Card, $99 annual fee, 175,000 bonus points when you spend $5,000 in 3 months. And that got a lot more interesting to me after we recently talked to someone about booking a very cool sounding IHG for 40,000 points a night in an awesome tropical location. So don't sleep on IHG, but again, with every co-branded card that you're looking at, you have to have a plan. Don't get excited about numbers and run off and book them. The IHG One Rewards Traveler Credit Card has 90,000 bonus points after you spend $2,000 in 3 months, and then you can spend additional to earn points on top of that, but that's the base offer. And last, but certainly not least, we have Hilton Honors American Express card that has 70,000 points plus a free night reward when you spend $2,000 in 6 months, or the Surpass card that has 130,000 Hilton Honors points plus a free night when you spend $3,000 in 6 months. That one is interesting to me as a person who does have a stay at a Hilton that I've been eyeballing for a while.
There's a lot of good options out there, guys. A lot of good options. And my points are starting to run low. I feel like I went at a very slow pace over the past year because I don't like to go at a fast pace. I like to go slow and steady, but there are definitely some areas that I'm getting a little low on points. And so I need to be looking at some of these and taking them seriously to beef back up my bank accounts, my points bank accounts.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It kind of freaks me out. Amex is great. Everybody else is very, very low. So as a reminder, a lot of the cards that we mentioned today, though not all, you can find links in our show notes. We have a link that takes you to a page on our website, and any of the cards that we have personal referrals to are listed there. If you do not see it there, then we don't have a link because we just have these personal links to share with you. We also want to remind you that you can sign up for the Why Wonder newsletter at the link in our show notes, where we will be in your email inbox 2 times a week sharing all the good, juicy points and miles news with you.
All right, guys, that's it for this Midweek Mini. We will see you next time.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to plan your next trip.
Remember, we're travelers sharing our experiences, not financial advisors, so always do your own research and make informed decisions.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow so you never miss a Points and Miles tip.
We'll see you next time on Wonderland on Points.